Hello, how are you guys today? When we're traveling on a bus, we don't like to, sometimes we do, but really we don't like to put the bag right above our seat. The best place to put the bag or bags is across the aisle and a seat or two forward. Because if you're sitting there and relaxing, it's very easy to just move your eyes just a tiny bit and you can see your bag. Now, most buses, you won't get your bag stolen, but there's the odd one that has people that target tourists and want to take their valuables. Now, when Floyd and I travel, I would run over to he would wait and I'd run to the bathroom and then he'd come back, or I'd come back and then he would go. Now, most buses have a bathroom, but they're horrible. They're like tiny and I avoid them. They're there if I really, really need them, but I don't use them very often. Very, very seldom do I use them. So there's no room in the bathrooms. If you get off the bus and you go use a bathroom at the stops, rarely is there any hooks on the doors. So if you've got one or two pieces, and I often travel with two pieces, I travel with my carry-on bag and then I also carry another bag, and I don't carry a purse. So I always have two bags with me and it can get cumbersome. So I like to leave them on the bus. Now, Floyd has, he's decided not to travel this next time, and he didn't on the last one when I went to Thailand. So I had to figure out a way to secure my luggage. And I got this little gadget called a retractable luggage cable lock. Now, the buses usually stop every 4 hours. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't stop at all. But because they say there's a bathroom there, you can use it. Well, but they will stop. They'll stop for the driver because the driver's hungry. So that's how they sometimes do it. It's like, oh, driver's hungry. Got to change drivers. Let's go eat. So that's good too sometimes, because then it's a longer wait and then you can watch the driver. And if you see that the driver's sitting there and eating, then you can kind of look at him like, oh, watch me, that I make sure that I'm coming back. And then sometimes I'll say to the driver, esperar, or I'll ask him how long the stop is. And it's usually like 10 or 15 minutes. But I will often say the word esperar, meaning wait for me. So if they see your face and you make contact with them, then sometimes they'll just make a point of making sure that you're on the bus when they leave, which is an advantage. So we store our big luggage at the bottom. We give it to the guy, to the bus driver before we get on, and he throws it in the bottom, and we always watch to see where he's put it, because there was one year that we handed the luggage to the bus's helper. I'm not sure whether it was the bus. I don't think it was the driver, but I think it was the helper. And the luggage never got on the bus. And getting a ticket doesn't help, because we got a ticket, but that doesn't help. People were scouting it out, and the thieves were scouting it out and saw that we handed the luggage to the helper, and he gave us a ticket, and we turned around and walked away. Well, he saw that we turned around and walked away, and somehow he just made his way to the luggage, and off he went, because sometimes these helpers are not watching carefully. because they've got so many people putting luggage on. So, so now we hand over the luggage, get our ticket, and watch our luggage get on the bus. We also buy an air. We also buy a Apple AirTag, and we put it on each of our luggage. And the Apple AirTag will show you where the luggage is at on your app. And that's a handy tool too. We've used that a lot and watched our luggage. Sometimes you don't see the luggage. I'm trying to find the app and I just can't believe I can't find it. But so the app will appear on the phone. Yeah, here it is. It's called Find My. It's called Find My, and then you press on it, and it'll tell you. It'll tell you where the luggage is. It's really cool. So that's an added feature that we have in our travel arsenal. So this little guy is my favorite, especially now that I'm traveling by myself. So you press a button and you get a long cord. You get this long cord. So I loop this cord through my luggage, or pardon me, through my, I guess you can call it luggage because this is quite big, but through my carry-on and my purse and whatever, how many bags I'm going. And I loop it to a piece of the bus, and I secure the lock. And then when I'm finished, I just press the little button and he opens up. Well, I use the code to open up. This little button here will also help retract it as well. I'm thinking of what I might have missed to tell you. I don't think I missed anything. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you something. Sometimes, so now that I'm traveling by myself, not always, but he doesn't know. We don't always travel together. So sometimes I go by myself. So my first trip was to Thailand by myself, and I was like, yeah, what am I going to do? So I got this little guy, and I loop my luggage around, and sometimes I will scout out a family that I think that's quite honest, and I'll loop my luggage and my backpack and my bag, and most of them, and they're all locked, by the way, so someone can't just get into them while this thing is looped around. And I will say something like, I'm headed to the, say if I'm headed to the washroom, I will loop all my bags and I will look at them, give them eye contact, and say, do you mind looking at my luggage? After my keeping an eye on my luggage. And most of the time they go, yeah, sure, not a problem. That way, if somebody else decides to come along and start to open it up or anything, they at least know who the owner is of these bags. So, subscribe if you like this video. And I have to tell you that I'm new to this, so if I am not perfect, most people actually feel that they prefer authentic. I don't have the time to keep redoing the video till it's perfect. And I think a lot of people appreciate that. So, I'm going to sign off. And if you like the video, press subscribe and have a good day.